Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fiscal Talk. My name is Theodora. I'm a marketing manager here at Fiscal Solutions, and I'm really excited to announce my today's guest. That is our legal consultant, my dear colleague, Stefan Dietrich. Stefan, welcome to Fiscal Talk again.
Hello, Theodora. Thank you for having me, and hello, everyone watching this.
It's absolutely great to have you here today, especially since you are an expert on fiscalization in Germany, among other countries as well.
That's right.
We will today explore one very important topic about fiscalization in Germany, and that is mandatory receipt elements. But before we do that, I'll just share with everyone who is watching us, our dear audience, a few important information about fiscalization in Germany that everyone can check on our fiscal portal. Number one, Germany is not an old fiscal country, right? It's somehow new. Comparing to Italy, for example, which is a mother of fiscalization, like we like to call it. Basically, fiscalization in Germany started a couple of years ago, and one of its main characteristics is TSE. Better said, technical security element. So with all of this in mind, I will invite everyone who's watching us again to visit our fiscal portal to get more information and details about Germany. And of course, continue watching this episode in order to find more details from Stefan. Stefan, let's go. I know everyone's really excited to hear more details about this. So please tell us, what are mandatory receipt elements in Germany?
Thank you, Theodora, for this great introduction into German fiscalization. I see you've done your research. It's a very complicated system that just looks simple on the outside, but just looking at some of the mandatory elements of the receipt, we can see that it's a very complicated fiscalization system. So I'm just going to jump straight into it. The mandatory elements are many. So first of all, you need to have the name and the address of the company issuing the receipt. It has to be printed in the header of the receipt.
Okay.
Then we have the date of receipt issuing, and we have timestamps. So Germany is special because both the beginning of the transaction and the end of the transaction are fiscalized. So both time periods will be printed on the receipt, meaning that when the transaction begins, so the first moment, the TSC was initialized, and then when the transaction is ended, both timestamps will be on the receipt. Of course, we have item names and their quantities and related total prices and total tax values, of course. If there's a tax-free item, there needs to be a printed text why the item is free, maybe a reference to a law or a similar regulation. Every transaction has a number. TSC gives the transaction number. So we're not getting a transaction number from the POS system, but the TSC gives us a transaction number, which is also very characteristic for Germany. We also have the serial number of the POS system and the TSC, and there's some new regulation changes. From 1st of January 2024, every receipt will have to have a serial number of the TSC, regardless whether you're using a QR code or not. The serial number of TSC has to be printed in a hexadecimal format. Okay, and of course, if you're using mixed payment media, every payment media has to be denoted on the receipt, so amount per payment media has to be printed. We have a signature also provided by the TSC, and also signature counter provided by the TSC. So those would be the mandatory receipt elements.
Thank you, Stefan. And what about QR code?
Okay, so the QR code in Germany is optional, so you can use it, and then some of the data from the receipt will be contained in the QR code. For example, the signature, transaction counter, time frame, public key for decrypting the signature. But if you're not using a QR code, then all of this data has to be printed on the receipt. For now, it's not mandatory to use the QR code.
Thank you, Stefan, for all the detailed information and for jumping straight into the topic. Like you said, German fiscalization might look simple from the outside, but I think there's no fiscalization that is quite simple. And that is why our legal team is full of experts, and there is actually 9 consultants in our team working on our fiscal portal day in, day out to make sure everything is updated and all information are fresh. Thanks for sharing your knowledge and expertise. And please promise you will come again, because there is quite a few topics about German fiscalization I would like to cover with you. So do you promise?
I promise. Thank you for inviting me. We'll definitely have more topics to talk about regarding German fiscalization.
Absolutely. Thank you so much to everyone who is watching us, our dear audience. Thanks for watching us. And definitely stay tuned for more fiscal talks about Germany. Until then, have a great day, a great week. Goodbye.
Thank you. Have a great day.